Is that right? So he said, I'm going to write a new covenant, but I'm going to write it in your heart. Read.
I will put my law in their inward part.
I'm going to put it in your inward part.
And write it in their heart.
And write it in your heart. Read.
And will be their Elohim.
And I'm going to be your Elohim.
And they shall be my people.
All right, then he come on through Ezekiel and then says what?
Ezekiel 36:25.
Read on.
Then will I sprinkle.
Look, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and you shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols. Will I cleanse you? A new heart.
Will I also?
Will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you? For I will do what?
Take away.
Oh, watch it, watch it, watch it. See, the law back here was written on heart-shaped tables of stone. I said stone.
Yeah.
He said, so I'm gonna give you a new heart, and then I'm gonna take away the what?
Stony heart.
That old stony heart back there.
Yeah.
With all them laws and things that I gave Israel back there. I'm gonna take that crap away.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a new heart. Ain't that right? Old one written on heart-shaped tables of stone. He said, I'm gonna take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I'm gonna give you a heart of spirit. Ain't that right, y'all? That's prophecy all the way on down. So here we go. Come on down to the Savior. There we are. Here he goes. Said, I don't think that I've come to destroy the law or the prophet. I didn't come to destroy them things back there. What did I come to do? I came to fulfill them. Is that right? What does fulfill mean? Fulfill means to complete. Fulfill means to finish. Fulfill means to bring them to an end and convert them into its reality. Fulfill does not mean institute. Fulfillment does not mean to reestablish. Is that right? So whatever I read back there that was going on with the Israelites, whether it be Passover, whether it be water baptism, whether it be ceremonies, circumcision, all of those things, he said, I come in to fulfill those things. So the fact that Israel had ate a Passover back here in the 12th chapter of Exodus, when I come to Matthew's 26th chapter and read that Jesus sat down to eat the Passover, I'm understanding now that you did it, Father, down here in the end. You did it in fulfillment. Back there. Is that right? Was it 12 tribes back there when he ate it back there? So then I got to come down and get 12 disciples in the end. Is that right? Look, I told them to eat it in the house when I set it up. So when I come down, they say, well, you won't eat the Passover. He said, go into the city to such a man and tell him that master said, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover. Where? At our house. The fact that they come on to the divided waters of the Red Sea, you'll read in 1 Corinthians 10th chapter. Now, when Israel came to this Red Sea back here, they were baptized back there. Is that right? So when I come down in the 3rd chapter of Matthew and read about Yahshua going to John's water baptism, I understand now that when he went to baptism, he went in fulfillment of what was already done back there. Look, when he went to be circumcised, I understand that it's in fulfillment of the circumcision that was already set up back there. So then listen, when you come on down to the 5th chapter of Matthew, I don't have time to read it all. He goes down and says, you have heard that it was said of them at old time. Is that right? That thou should do what? Not commit adultery. Here goes Yahshua going up atop the mountain, just as the Creator had sat atop the mountain back there and spoke down, thou shalt not commit adultery. Is that right, y'all? So Yahshua coming in fulfilling it just like it was set up. He got to go and sit atop a mountain. Is that right? The multitude got to come on around him. Ain't that right? Down here, just as I told you that he brought Israel up and brought them to the mountain back there. Ain't that right? So he told them back here from Mount Sinai, thou shalt not commit adultery. So here he go in the end, sitting atop a mountain. The disciples down there, ain't that right? And tell them, oh, thou shalt not commit adultery. Right. Is that right? You have heard that it was said by them of old time. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, when Yahweh brought Israel to the mount back there. So the reason why I'm saying it here, I'm saying it in fulfillment of what had already been said back in the law. Is that right, y'all? What else y'all got?
5:21.
Read.
You have heard that it had been said by them of old
This Joshua down in the end. Read.
Thou shalt not kill.
Look, how old he talking about? He talking about some 1,500 years ago when God brought the children of Israel to Mount Sinai. So he said, you heard that it was said by them of old time. Thou shalt not do what?
Kill.
Thou shalt not kill. And I bet you to go back there to Exodus, the 20th chapter, and read what now?
Thou shalt not kill.
Come on. So look, it was said back here. Is that right? And then here I go say I come to fulfill. The reason why I'm saying it now, I'm saying it down here in the end. Fulfillment of what was said back there. Is that right, y'all?
Exodus 20:20.
Read. Come on.
Matthew 5:27.
Read.
You have heard that it had been said of them of old time,
Uh-huh.
thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. What you got back there in
Exodus
Exodus?
20:14.
Now we back in Exodus. What do you say?
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
All right, then. So then listen, that's good enough. John 4th chapter. And let's come on down and wrap this thing up. John 4:22. And let's come on down and see what he thought about this thing.
John
Read on.
4:22.
Read.
Ye worship,
Uh-huh.
ye know not
He's
what.
talking to a woman of Samaria. Is that right?
Yeah.
He said, you worship what you don't even know. Is that right? Read.
We know what we
But
worship.
we know what we worship. Read.
For salvation
Uh-huh.
from the Jews.
His salvation is among the Jews. Read.
But the hour cometh,
But here go Yahshua telling the people. But the hour coming,
and now is.
and it now is. What you mean now is? Because the Spirit of truth is standing there in our body to them right now. The hour coming, and now is. Read.
When the true worship
When the true worshipers, look, the man is down here in the end of the book. Now I want to know, since he said hour coming and now is, when the true worshipers, that's it. It made me wonder, what they back there? Because he brought them to the mountain and told them to worship ye afar off. Is that right? But when I get down to my Savior's time, 1,500 years after this event, why does he have to say the hour coming and now is? When the true worshipers shall, to true ones. So it makes me wonder what Israel was back here. That got back here to the mountain and received that old covenant of that old law. He said the true worshipers is going to worship me how?
but shall worship the Father
Shall worship the Father how?
in spirit.
In spirit. When you go back here, those old natural types and shadows, that was a natural lamb they had to do. That was a natural sacrifice they had to keep. That was a natural, is that right? Orders they had to do. Natural eating, natural drinking, natural washing. Is that right? Natural attire they had to wear? Is that right? So he said, but the true worship gonna worship me in spirit. And in what?
And in truth.
And in truth. Is that right? That's what he talked about. Look,
The Father.
he said, but the Father, read.
Seeketh such.
He said the Father seeketh such for them to worship him in spirit and in truth. We didn't have time to tell you that after Yahweh gave Israel this law back, Yahshua brought Israel. Is that right? Then he bring them over there and tell them, look, choose you who you gonna serve. And Israel had the nerve to say, we're gonna serve Yahweh. And Yahshua back there, nobody said, you can't serve. That's in the book.
Yes.
And here we go trying to serve him now. He told them way back there, you can't do it. And he proved it because Israel broke every ordinance and statute of that law back there. Is that right? So he had to come in and fulfill that thing, move it out of the way, nail it to his cross. And that's what we read in Colossians, the second chapter. Is that right, y'all? And then let's come on down here to Romans and Hebrews. Let's do this thing and end it up. All right, read.
Colossians 2:1.
2:14.
2:14. Blotting out
So then he said, blotting out. Read.
the handwriting
The handwriting.
of
I
ordinance.
told you those ordinances were written on by the fingers living out of them. Didn't they, y'all?
Yeah.
So he said, blotting out. See, when you blot something out, it's just like I'm erasing on this board. I'm blotting it out. Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances. Read.
That was against us.
Did y'all hear the Jews say that the ordinances that were spoken down from Mount Sinai was against them? All those kind of ordinances back there. Look, your Savior even put it this way, that if you was born on a Friday, huh? I said born. And I know the law of circumcision said you got to be circumcised on the 8th day.
Yeah.
Now, if we count good enough, a week is 7, right? So Friday to Friday is 7 days, which will make that 8th day a Saturday or the Sabbath day.
Right.
Which one do you do? Do you circumcise the child and break the Sabbath? Or do you keep the Sabbath and break the circumcision? The Savior put that in there. Is that right? So he let you know how contrary that thing was to you. But yet still we thought we could keep it. Is that right, y'all? So then here you go. He said, blotting out the handwriting of ordinance, which was against us. It wasn't for us, y'all. It was always against us. Is that right? And moved it out of the way, he said.
Nailed
How did he move it out of the way?
Nailing it to his cross.
See, because he took those things and nailed it to his own cross. He nailed all those carnal ordinances that we read. Circumcision, nailed to his cross. Baptism, nailed to his cross. Sacrifice, 10 Commandments, all those things back there. He said he took those things away, nailing it to his cross. Is that right, y'all? Is that right?
Yes.
So he had to let us know how contrary those things were unto us. Is that right, y'all? Read.
James 2:10.
All right, y'all give me what you want me to have. Come on.
For whosoever shall keep the
So in the
whole law,
Apostle Paul, the Holy Spirit through James now, it's saying for whosoever
Shall keep the
whole law. You say, Father, I kept the whole thing. Is that right? I kept the whole law. Now read.
yet offend in one point,
But I messed up one time, Father.
he is guilty of all.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
He said, for whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one part, he guilty of the whole thing.
Guilty of all.
And you like, oh, see, now, that don't sound like a law. I won't even try to keep it. Is that right, y'all?
Colossians 2:16.
Read on.
Let no man therefore judge you
So now, after the law has been fulfilled, now he said, don't let no man judge you. Read.
in meat,
And meats,
or in drink,
or in drinks,
or in respect of a
in
holy
respect
day,
of a holy day,
or new moon and
or
Sabbath,
Read.
which are a shadow of things to
Did
come.
y'all hear you say that all those things back there, those were just shadows of things to come.
Let
And
no
look,
man-
we used to always do it like this. You know, if you stand out there in the sun And you know, it casts a little shadow behind it.
Right.
You know, you probably can see one somewhere around here. Is that right? But here I go standing out in the sun and the shadow is right there beside me. Is that right?
Right.
And I'm standing right here, Des, and you get ready to come ask me a question and you go talk to my shadow. You will look like a fool. Is that right? Because the shadow was never the reality. I'm right here. So he had to let us know. Don't let no man judge when the meals and drinks and all those things that were worshipped back here under the law, which was a shadow of things to come.
Let no man beguile
So
you.
then look, all those things were just types and shadows. The reality was Yahshua. Is that right, y'all? Let no man beguile you of your reward and of voluntary humility and worshiping an angel. He said they intrude into those things but they are not seen, right? Vainly puffed up by that fleshly mind. Is that right? Read.
Touch not,
He said, touch not.
taste not.
Now I remember, if I go back here, you had to touch the lamb on the 10th of April. You had to touch the bread on the 10th. Is that right? But now he's saying, touch not. Is that right?
Taste not.
Taste not. Don't even eat that stuff no more. Read.
All are to perish with the
He
using.
said those now, after the Savior have come in and fulfilled those things. He said, look, you keep using those things. He said, which all are to perish with the using. Read.
After the commandment
After the commandments
and doctrine
and doctrines
of me.
of men. You say, hold on, because the reason why I'm keeping this Passover is because I read it in the Bible. God commanded it to be so, right? But he's saying now, touch not, taste not, handle not. Well, is that right? Which all are to perish with the using after the commandments and doctrines of men. Why does it change now? It's because Yahweh set these things up with a group of people back here. He sent his son in, is that right, to fulfill those things. Now, if you are keeping these things, observing these things, doing these things after the Savior has fulfilled them, you're not doing those after the commandment of Yahweh as he brought Israel to the mountain. Now you're doing it after the commandments of men.
Right.
Men coming up saying, look, God said in the word that we supposed to keep that. Furthermore, that ain't never been no word. Ain't that right? Is that right, y'all? So then look, on this side now we say, you ain't doing it after me. You're doing it after the commandments of men. Y'all come on down here.
2 Corinthians 3:1.
All right then, read.
Do we begin again to commend
So
ourselves?
the Apostle Paul is saying, do we begin again to commend ourselves? Read.
Or need we,
Or need we read.
as some others,
Have some others read that.
epistles of commendation to you,
Epistles of commendation to you,
or letters of commendation from
or
you?
letters of accommodation for you. Read.
Ye are our epistles,
He's telling them on this side, you are the epistles. Now read.
written in our heart.
Written in our heart, and the epistle is a didactic letter. Then one that is apt to teach. Ain't that right? See, of the New Testament, he said, you are our epistles. Read.
Written in our heart.
Written in our heart.
Known
Read.
and read of all men.
Look, that's a fulfillment of what he said through Jeremiah, that I'm going to write it in your heart. Didn't he? So he said, written in our heart, known and read of all men. Read.
For as much as ye are manifestly declared
Uh-huh.
to be an epistle of the Messiah,
So as much now as you are manifested to declare to be an epistle of the Messiah. Read.
ministered by us,
Ministered by us. Read.
written not with
He
ink,
said it ain't written with no ink. Read.
but with the Spirit of the living
That's
God.
how it's written now. What was written in ink was that old law back there. You read it in your Bible. Is that right? But over here, we're talking about what's been written in the heart and in the spirit. Is that right? So then listen, y'all come on down here.
Romans 2:28.
All right then.
For he is not a Jew,
Oh, good.
which is one outward.
Now we back here. We over here in this world now. You understand? Because everybody want to be the original man or the original people that y'all was set up back there. But you had to understand that he used that nation of people for a time. Is that right? And he used them for a purpose. But after the Savior come in, fulfilled that thing, moved it out of the way. Is that right? Now the Holy Spirit can say, for he now, after the Savior's death, burial, and resurrection, he can say he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly. That's whether Jew, Hebrew, Israelite, whatever.
Yeah.
He is not a Jew, which is one outwardly. Read.
Neither that circumcision,
Uh-huh.
which is outward in the
He
flesh,
said the circumcision ain't outward in the flesh. Read.
but he is a Jew,
But look what he said the Hebrew or the Israelite or the Jew was now.
which is one inward.
That's inside. As in, ain't that right? Read.
And circumcision is that of the heart.
And that circumcision that was kept back here naturally so in the flesh is now in the heart. That eating that was kept back there naturally, is that right? That is now eating in the spirit. That baptism that was kept back there naturally is now baptism in the spirit. That's why the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 12:13 says, for as by one spirit now are we all baptized into one body. Yeah, we was baptized in John's baptism, is that right? But now we baptized in the Spirit. So when we come to Hebrews, we don't have time to read the rest of it. Give me the 10th chapter over there, where he said he could never make it come down to perfect. Is that right? And it was no rest. Read.
For the law,
Uh-huh.
having a
I
shadow,
already told you about that old shadow. He said the law back there having a shadow of good things to come. Read.
And not the very image.
Look, those things were never the very image of things. Read.
Can never with
This
those
is
sacrifices
just something we just always have to pay attention to. Could never with those sacrifices. Read.
which they offered year by year.
Which they offer year by year continually.
Make
Read.
the comers thereunto.
Look, he said it could never make you perfect. Is that right, y'all?
Yeah.
So then listen, go to Hebrews the 9th chapter. Y'all know 9. Is it 9 and 17 somewhere? Yep, give me 9 and 9.
Hebrews 9 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a figure for the time then present.
He said, which was a figure for the time then present. Talking about that old carnal law that was given back there, which was a figure of the time then present. Read.
In which were offered both gifts
In which were offered both gifts
and sacrifices
and sacrifices.
that could not make him that did the service
Did y'all hear that? Those things back there did not make him that did the service perfect. Read.
as pertaining to the conscience.
That's what we talking about as pertaining to the conscience. Is that right? So listen, which what?
Which stood only in meats and
He
drinks
said those things back there stood only in meats and drinks,
and
read,
divers washings
and divers washings,
and
read,
carnal or
and carnal ordinances,
imposed
imposed.
on them.
Did y'all hear imposed? You know, Des, if I showed up to your house tonight at 12 o'clock with a sleeping bag and a box and a lunch bag, see, that would be me imposing in on your house. You didn't ask me to come. I imposed on you. Is that right?
Yeah.
So here go the Creator saying that law that I gave Israel back there, it stood only in meats and drinks and divers washings, which was imposed on them. Look, even Israel himself didn't get a choice whether they could keep it or not, want it or not. Is that right? But he said it was imposed on them, but you gotta listen to what he said until, he didn't say forever. He said it was imposed on them until the what?
The time of reformation.
All right then. It was until the time of reformation. And when was the time of reformation? It's when your Savior came in. Is that right? And died, buried, resurrected, moved those things out of the way, blotted it out, nailing it unto his cross. And then he reformed it. What you mean reformed it? That's when he gave him that new law. Read.
Hebrews 10:19. Having therefore, brethren, boldness
So now, brother, we got boldness now.
to
Read.
enter into the holiness
To enter into the holiest of all. Read.
by the blood of Yahshua,
By the blood of Yahshua. Read.
by a new and living way.
Look, you say, well, I'm going to keep the laws that was given back there. That's the old way. And it was the law of sin and death. Y'all better go over there in Romans the 8th chapter. Is that right? He said, look, but by a new and living way. Is that
Which we
right?
have-
Whoa, Dr. Nick.
Okay.
If you say new and living, we talking about the new covenant now. I want to know what the old one was. Old and dead. Ain't that right? He said, well, now by a new and living way. Have he what?
Consecrated
Have he
for us
consecrated us? Who is the us?
through the veil.
Through the veil.
That is to say, his flesh.
So in death, in his death back then, that old fleshly body hanging out there on the cross, that's how he did it. Is that right? That's how he ushered in that new and living way for us through the veil. That is to say, his flesh. Yes, sir. Hebrew.
Galatians 2:16.
Oh, what is that?
Know that a man.
Oh, Lord. Did you see the Holy Spirit now after the day of Pentecost? I need you to know this now. Know that a man is what?
Not justified
Is not justified
by the works
by the works
of
of
the
the law.
ceremonial law,
Did y'all hear that? Know that a man is not justified by the works of the law. Read.
but by the faith of Yahshua.
Now that's what it is now. Is that right? Because now after Yahshua Messiah come in, move those things out of the way now. Is that right? Now how are we justified now? The Jews, the Hebrews, the Israelites was justified back there by that old carnal law. Is that right? But now after the Savior have come and fulfilled, moved that law out of the way, how are we justified now? And we justified by faith, which is in Yahshua the Messiah. So then the Apostle Paul in Romans, and I'm sitting down here, Romans,
Hebrews 7 and 11.
read.
If therefore perfection,
So then the Apostle Paul, I'm telling you, we're still over here. And they constantly looking back to that old law that was given back then. He said, for if perfection were what?
were by the Leviticus priesthood,
If it was by that old Levitical priesthood back there, read.
for under it the people received
He
the
said,
law.
for under it the people received. What people though? The people received the law. Read.
What further need will there arise another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek?
See, if that was perfect back there, for that Levitical priesthood back there, he said, look now, if it was perfection by that, what further need? Is that right?
Yeah.
That the people receive. Read on.
Should rise after the order of Melchizedek,
Yeah.
and not be called after the order of Aaron.
Read.
For the priesthood being changed,
Did you hear that? For the priesthood being changed. Read.
there is made of a necessity.
Oh, because we had a whole law back here. Is that right? and then we had a priesthood that went with it.
Yes.
Is that right? So Apostle Paul said, well, then if we had a priesthood and a law back here, is that right? He said, now if the what?
For the priesthood being changed,
So if I change the priesthood, read.
there is made necessity a change also of the law.
All right then. So you had the old carnal law, and you had that old Levitical priesthood back to